Welcome to Curiosity Zone. In today's video, we will be discussing the exponential targets by the Ukrainian forces on Russian positions. Ukrainian rocket attacks have destroyed more than 30 Russian military logistics centers in recent weeks and significantly reduced Russia's attacking potential, Ukraine's defense ministry spokesperson said. The official, Alexander Motuzianik, on Friday singled out the role played by US-produced HIMARS rocket systems, one of several types of long-range weapons supplied by the West to help Ukraine fight back against Russia. In the last weeks, over 30 of the enemy's military logistical facilities have been destroyed, as a result of which the attacking potential of Russian forces has been significantly reduced, Motuzianik said on national television. Russia, which invaded Ukraine on February 24, has captured a chunk of territory in southern Ukraine and used its artillery supremacy in the east to make gradual territorial gains, eventually capturing the Luhansk region. But, a top Ukrainian general said on Thursday that Russia had not taken a single meter of land in the last week and that Ukrainian rocket attacks were disrupting Russian supply lines, forcing Moscow to keep its ammunition further back from the front line. HIMARS have a longer range and are more precise than Ukraine's Soviet-era artillery, allowing Ukrainian forces to hit Russian targets that were previously unreachable with more conventional weapons. Ukraine's defense minister also said on Friday that Kyiv had received a first consignment of M270 multiple rocket launch systems, without specifying which country provided them. Russia has criticized the United States and United Kingdom for helping train Ukraine's armed forces, calling it part of NATO's hybrid warfare against Moscow. Moscow said Washington was also providing Ukraine with instructors to help use HIMARS. Kyiv said this week that its forces carried out attacks on Russian military infrastructure in a city that lies deep inside Russian-occupied territory in southern Ukraine. At least 3 people have been killed and 15 injured in a Russian missile attack on the central Ukrainian city of Dnipro on Friday, according to the regional governor, Valentin Reznichenko. The rockets hit an industrial plant and a busy street next to it, Reznichenko said on his Facebook page. We are determining the extent of the destruction. Authorities said no one was hurt since it happened during the curfew. Genya, a 72-year-old resident of Kramatorsk, described seeing from his balcony something burning in the middle of the square, then it exploded. Russia's defense ministry also said that Thursday's cruise missile attack on the city of Vinnytsia, which killed 23 civilians including children, was directed at a building where top officials from Ukraine's armed forces were meeting foreign arms suppliers. Ukraine has denied any military target was hit, saying the attack struck a cultural center used by retired veterans and had killed only civilians. Also on Friday, an official in the self-proclaimed pro-Russian Donetsk People's Republic (DPR) announced the death of British citizen Paul Yuri, 45. Daria Morozova, the human rights ombudswoman for the Moscow-backed separatist leadership in the Donetsk region of eastern Ukraine, said a British mercenary, whom she named as Yuri, died in captivity on Sunday. She said he had died of chronic illnesses and stress. A UK charity involved with his case confirmed that Yuri's family had been notified of his death by British officials. The United Kingdom summoned Russian ambassador Andrei Kelin on Friday to express deep concern over reports of Yuri's death. UK Foreign Secretary Liz Truss said Yuri was in Ukraine to try and help the Ukrainian people in the face of the unprovoked Russian invasion, echoing claims from NGOs that he was not a fighter. Yuri was detained in April at a checkpoint near Zaporizhzhia, some 470 kilometers (290 miles) southeast of Kyiv, along with another British man, Dylan Healy. The 2 men had been operating on their own in the war zone, helping to evacuate civilians. 2 other UK citizens and a Moroccan man, who were captured while fighting for Ukraine, have been sentenced to death in the DPR for alleged mercenary activities. On the outskirts of Kyiv, troops are in training to be the tip of the spear in Ukraine's drive to modernize its tactical response on the front lines of the war with Russia, through a significant expansion of its drone fleet. Ukraine's military does not have an official drone unit, but the use of unmanned aerial vehicles (UAVs) has made it possible for Kyiv to conduct reconnaissance along the 2,470-kilometer (1,535-mile) front line, spotting Russian forces and equipment and remotely directing artillery fire against targets. Galyashinsky, a Ukrainian army expert in visual data analytics. Galyashinsky and 9 of his fellow soldiers are learning to pilot drones from a moving vehicle. They are being trained by Global Drones Academy, a private company run by Anton Veklenko, who has been operating unmanned flying machines since 2015. One of the most important aspects of training is the safety of using civilian drones in a combat zone, Veklenko told AFP. A specialist in drone photography, Veklenko expanded into military training after Russia invaded Ukraine in February, teaching civilians and military how to become remote drone pilots for the war effort, and how not to become targets of Russian fire. At the beginning of the war, many of our servicemen died because they did not know that they were being watched while using drones, he said. Both sides in the war have already been using smaller radio-controlled drones, but Kyiv has said Russian electronic countermeasures that jam their communications systems are becoming increasingly effective. If you enjoyed our video, kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel for more curiosity videos. Thank you for watching.